Hey, you guys, welcome to the first ever NeNe Leakes Show! Yeah! Oh my God. Okay, so many of you guys have been saying to me for so long, NeNe, do your own show. We want to hear what you got to say. So here I am, ready to give you all that I got. I love you guys, and I love you guys for loving me right back. I hope that this show gives you all that you've been waiting for. I plan to keep it real with you now. You know that from your girl. We will talk all things love, relationships, entrepreneurship, and of course, we're going to talk about me because so many of you guys have so much to say. Am I in love? Am I not in love? You know, will I ever return back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta? Will I ever do my own show? And so I'm here to sit on my own platform to tell you exactly what I plan to do. Welcome our very first guest to the NeNe Leakes Show. Now listen, I did it for him and he's here to do it for me. Please welcome Carlos King. Woo!
Okay. You look amazing.
Oh, no, you look amazing. But first of all, you look skinny. What's going on?
So no, I'm vegan. I'm
Well,
not on the
listen.
shots.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Everybody's taking the shot, though.
I'm not taking the shot.
Okay.
I work out 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm vegan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat meat.
Okay. Well, you don't miss chicken?
I do miss chicken. And I miss bacon.
Yes, honey. I have my own line of bacon.
You do?
I
You
do.
want the story?
I have a whole meat company. I have a farm out in Denver. So I have steaks, burgers, bacon. I'll be sharing all those things with you guys real soon. But
I didn't know that.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you, well, I can't even send you a box.
Why
I'm going to send
not?
you, because you can't eat it.
Oh, do you have anything like on the plants?
Maybe I'll come up with something from the plants.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come up with something from the plants.
Yes.
That will really work for you.
Or?
Well, I have a lot of things going on. I'm over here drinking my own brand of Tropical Rich.
Ooh.
Yes, it's
What's
a
the
rum.
name?
It's a rum. It's really good. I want to send some to you too. What? You don't even
I
drink?
don't drink.
Damn, what can I send you? Orange juice? I ain't in the orange juice business.
Does it have a splash of...
It may have a splash or something. I need to come up with some kind of mocktail then for those
Do a
who don't
mocktail.
drink. I will do that. You don't miss drinking?
I don't miss drinking. I don't miss eating meat. I never smoked. I love being healthy.
Well, one thing I know for sure is that you were in a relationship. Do you miss being in a relationship?
To get right.
I just want to ask you that since you don't miss this, you don't miss that. Do you miss your relationship?
Okay, let's have a real conversation.
No, I'm for real.
No, I'm for real. I miss being in a relationship.
Yes.
I'm a relationship person.
Me too.
I love spending time with one person.
Yeah, me too.
I love connecting with one person.
Mhm.
I am not meant to be someone's boyfriend.
Oh.
I'm
you miss-
someone's husband.
Ooh, you sound like me, honey. I am
Yeah.
not a girlfriend. I am a wife, honey.
No, I don't know how
Yes.
to be a boyfriend. This dating thing, you didn't
Yeah.
tell me dating after 40.
I don't know. I don't date. I don't date. I've gone from one relationship to the next. So I've never dated in my entire life. So this is a new world for me to be out here and start dating different people. When I like you,
Yeah.
you the one I like. I don't even feel like you. I don't want to talk to nobody else. I just want to talk to you. I'm very interested in the only one person. And so therefore, for people like us, it's hard for us to date.
It is.
Because if I go on a date with you, I probably like you a little bit.
Yes.
And then after that, we'll see what happens.
Yes.
But I like who I like.
Yes.
And I don't want to go. And I'm not a whore. I don't want to give my Hello Kitty to everybody.
And I don't want
I want one man to beat it up.
Ooh. Well, I don't want to give my Hello Johnson to everybody.
Ooh, hello, Johnson.
Yes.
I love that. You know what I got to do? I got to say this. A lot of people don't really know, or maybe they do know how Carlos and I met, but they don't really know our real story. Of course, we always talk about we work together on the Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Yes.
but what you don't know is that Carlos was my PA.
I was not your PA.
What were you?
AP.
Oh, you were my AP. That's right. Carlos was my AP. He was broke. His little sneakers were coming apart. And they were like, this is going to be your AP. It's going to be Carlos King. So he came to my house and he and I were like, we instantly linked up. We instantly liked each other.
Yeah.
I had Carlos Honey carry my bags,
Yep.
my shoes, brushing my wig, doing all kind of stuff. But the crazy thing is, fast forward, Carlos went from being an AP. I watched him go up the ladder and up the ladder and up the ladder. You are doing it, bitch.
Thank you.
You are a rich bitch. How about that? How about that, Carlos?
You know, listen, hard work pays off.
Yes.
It's funny because I feel like you and I started reality TV in a time
Yes.
where we worked.
Yes.
And it was real.
Yes.
And it was a family.
Mm-hmm.
And we supported each other.
Yes.
You know, you have supported me over the years. You're the reason why I was able to executive produce your wedding special.
Thank you. I appreciate that because people just don't give you props these days. So I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
On my wedding day, by the way, Carlos did produce it. I was, me and him had a fight the day of my wedding. Like, of all things, we had a fight the day of my wedding. I was like, Carlos, why are you doing this to me? It's my wedding day. Like, are you serious?
You remember that?
Yes. I was like, what is happening? What is wrong with him? He wants me to do all these different scenes. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to get married to Greg today. Do you remember that?
Yeah, so let me explain it to everybody. So me and NeNe started together and we both understand work.
Yeah.
And it was my first time being an executive producer, because this is before I was doing Housewives as an EP.
As an EP.
So NeNe said, I want Carlos to produce my wedding special.
Yes.
And they hired me to do it. Long story short, the pressure's on for me, it's on for her.
Yeah.
Make this show great. So on her wedding day, I'm in producer mode. I'm like, we got to get this, get that. She said, bitch, leave me alone.
Right.
I'm getting married today. And I said,
I want to marry Greg.
do you remember what I said?
No, what did you say?
Well, Kim Kardashian gave her producers everything
Oh, honey, please.
That's when she slammed the door in my face. And then we didn't speak for an hour before she walked down the aisle. So a woman named Joy.
Joy. You know, I know Joy.
Took me aside and said, you need to talk to her because you don't want that to be your last interaction with her before she walks down the aisle. So right before NeNe walks down the aisle, right? I go up to her and I apologize to her and I started crying. And mind you, NeNe's face is beat for the gods. She's literally about to marry Greg at least for the second time. And she goes, bitch, you have a show to produce. Go.
Right. Go, bitch.
Go,
Produce
bitch.
this show.
So that's that. But that's when I always tell people, you are a huge supporter of producers, especially Black producers.
Thank
you have an all-Black staff here today.
Yes.
And you really wanted to make sure that you understood we could have a little issue, but it would never be big to where we're not going to speak to each other.
No, it cannot. But you were the most messiest producer anyone could ever have. And the world need to know that, honey. When I tell you messy, messy. And if we didn't want to do what he wanted to do, he would swing that damn whistle thing he had a chain, honey. Well, honey, the rest of the girls are going to be better than y'all. Well, honey, y'all, you know, it's just like... I mean, he would go in there and have us doing the most craziest shit. So trust me, Carlos was behind a whole lot of BS. And he was the one that was sitting behind when we would do those confessionals. Carlos was asking us the questions.
Which is why they used to be funny and good.
Yeah, honey. Are they good now? Okay, then. Are they good now? They all right. They all right. All right.
They're good.
We ain't gonna beat y'all up. Not today. Not today. I think you guys are doing okay. Stay right there. Y'all doing great. Stay right there. That's where you should be. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, Carlos, again, you were telling me, I know that you're single, and I want to hear a little bit more about that because you and I both have been in very long relationships. Yes. You all know I was married for 25 years. We did divorce in there, and then we got back together, but we've been together since 1996. Greg passed away, and that was a lot for me. That was a lot of grief. It was, a lot of people just don't know what I went through in that period, but we will talk about that. I went through so much. Carlos, too, has been in a very long relationship. Has it been 20 years?
Almost, yeah.
Really?
Yes, man. I
Did he steal your virginity?
Yeah, but I forgot to tell you everything. Yes, he did.
Oh, so this is really hard.
It was.
This is really hard breakup. This is like losing family.
Yes, the good news is we are still communicating on a platonic level. His family will always be my family and vice versa. I never thought in a million years that I would be single in my 40s.
Yeah.
I was prepared to spend the rest of my life with this man.
Yes.
I met him at 25. He's the first of many things for me.
Yes.
And God had other plans.
Yeah.
God had other plans. And
is he now dating women?
No.
Well, what the hell happened?
Well, listen. It's one of those things that
it just didn't work out. You guys have kind of outgrown each other.
It just didn't work out.
Well, honey, I know the rest of his vacation is gonna be whack as hell. Cause I know you, baby. I know you put the stank on them vacations, baby. I know you did that.
Well, the thing that you and I have in common is we love to travel, and this is why I don't think you and I are good at dating.
Okay.
Because you and I don't like to just talk to everybody.
No, I don't.
Because we don't like telling people our business.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk to everybody, period.
Me neither.
Stop looking at me like that. Like, why are we talking? No, I'd rather talk to somebody else, you know?
And what I realized dating after 40 is, and I want to get your opinion on this. Some of the men who I've dated around my age, I've discovered that they're set in their ways.
Yes, they are.
They're stubborn.
Especially men.
They're stubborn.
Yeah.
And they don't want to alter their routine in order to get to know you better and better.
They do not.
And that's been challenging for me because, and this is no shade and no disrespect. I run companies. I have a hit podcast. I do a lot of things. I'm very busy. I'm very busy, right?
Right.
And if I can make time for you, no one can tell me you're busier than me,
right?
Because you're not. So I don't subscribe to that. So I do find that, again, it's my experience. I'm not talking about everybody, but my experience has been very challenging with men around my age. And what I have discovered going a little bit younger, like men in their 30s.
You discovered you're a cougar. Bitch, you are a cougar.
I'm not a cougar. You're the one wearing a lot.
Well, honey, I am a cougar.
You like younger men too?
I do. I feel the same way you feel. Men who, when they reach a certain point in their life, they become grouchy and they're very set in their ways. And they don't want to change. I want to have fun. And I don't want a guy that's mean to me. I don't like that. I want my guy to be sweet to me. I also, because I control a lot of things, probably like you, I like for my man to control the things. I want him to lead when I get home with him. You know what I mean? Because I control working and what I'm about to do. So I want my guy to lead. I want him to pour in me. I want him to lift me up. And I don't have that. That's really missing in my life.
Why do you think it's been hard for you to find that? Are you going to the right places? Are you dating outside your race?
Dating outside my race? I haven't gotten there yet because I love Mr. Chocolates.
No, we love. Can I give you some advice?
Yes.
I'm being honest. When you're over 40.
Yes.
And you grew up having this type in your head of who your man is. Obviously, you and I were blessed to meet our soulmates.
Yes.
Right?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay. And our soulmates were our types for who we were at that time in our lives,
right.
At that age.
Right.
Well, I have discovered recently, I had to get out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
And I started dating men who did not fit my type. My type is short, brown, and round.
Okay. Now, Greg was not my type. So I did that years ago.
Okay.
Greg was not my type. Okay, Greg was much older than me. That wasn't my type. The new year had came in and I said to myself, it's a new year. I want to be in a relationship. I'm going to date everyone that wants to date me.
Good.
Okay? Not anyone that I want to date. Whoever chooses me is who I'm going to go out with. So Greg chose me. And I was like, I wasn't looking for this. And I even told him, I was like, no, this is not what I'm looking for. And like after maybe dating him for 3 or 4 weeks, and I liked him when we dated, I just didn't know that we had any sexual chemistry. He didn't try to have sex with me. He didn't do any of that with me. He took me out to dinner, showed me a good time, opened the car door for me, held the door for me, gave me flowers, gave me chocolates. And I was still over in my corner saying, this man is corny as hell, because I wasn't used to a man doing those kind of things for me. Being nice to me. After about 4 weeks, Greg said, you know what? One day you're going to be my wife, girl. I said, oh, this man has lost his mind. I'm never going to be his wife. I am not going to be his wife. I'm not. He said, you remind me of my mama. And I was like, really? I continued to date him. And the more I dated him, the more I liked him. And I liked him, and I liked him. And he did not ask for sex. Greg did not ask for sex. I was staying at his house one night, and I was like, I'm tired of this man not asking for sex. He went into the...
But to that point, how long are you dating?
We've probably been dating almost 2 months. And he had not asked me for sex. Let me tell you 2 things that Greg did. So I went to his house. I was sleeping in the bed with him. He wasn't trying to hug me or, spoon me a little bit. And I was like, I'm over this shit. Every night he goes into that bathroom. What is he doing in that bathroom every night? I didn't know this. I walked over to the bathroom because I would always smell a funny smell when he was in the bathroom. He was in the bathroom smoking weed. And then he would, and I was like, this man smoked weed. So he got a little hood side. He was wearing suits and being all proper, but he was sneaking in the bathroom smoking a blunt. And then when he came back to get into bed that night, I said, when this man come out that bathroom, I'll be butt naked in his bed. I did. I'm tired of him not trying to have sex, because I don't know how to push up on a guy. I want the guy to push up on me, right? So I got in his bed with no clothes on.
And what happened?
Oh, we got it in then.
Was it worth it?
Right there. He got right in like, yeah, I've been waiting on you to do this. I didn't know how to do it. He didn't want to cross any lines with me. He did it. Greg, if you got to know Greg, he is like a real gentleman. He's like, nah, I'm not trying anything. I'm not trying to get in trouble. And he waited until I was ready. And guys don't wait till you're ready. Now, today, you got to be ready to just bust it wide open.
Do you bust it wide open?
No, I don't want to bust it wide. I didn't bust it wide open with the guy that everybody knows I've been dating since Greg passed away.
Yeah.
I did not wait it with him as well.
How long did y'all wait?
I would say we wait less time. We probably waited about 3 to 4 weeks before we had sex.
That's good. You're grown, too.
Yeah. Yeah. But we had already started kissing. It was good, too.
You love kissing.
I love a good kiss, baby.
So the thing you have to... Okay. So what you just said makes sense.
Yeah.
You have to start dating a person who may not be your type.
Right.
And then get to know them, because if you would have left the opportunity of dating Greg, you would have never met your soulmate, because your soulmate did not come in the packaging that you thought.
Yes.
And that's what I'm realizing. I'm now dating guys who are like in their 30s. I like a feminine boy.
You do?
I like a feminine guy.
I can't imagine.
I know, I couldn't either.
Because your guy isn't, your past guy, he's not like that.
He wasn't.
He was so Kanye West, honey. I was really here for him, honey. I almost took him from Carlos once.
She did. No, so that's the thing. You did.
He was nice and chocolate, too.
My ex was nice and chocolate. He resembled Kanye West back in the Gold Digger era, that era.
Yeah.
And he was masculine.
Yes.
So after we broke up, I was dating guys who I felt matched that description.
And that's not
And it wasn't working out, because it just wasn't working out. Then I said, let me try something different. I started dating men who are more feminine, light skin. Can I show you one real quick?
Yeah, I don't really like light skinned guys. I'm not against y'all, but no, seriously, I am really like trying to really think outside the box. I'm not against light skinned guys. They're just not my thing. But if the right one approached me,
okay, I'm gonna show
with
you
some swag, not with all that pretty voice around here.
Okay, what you think of?
Let me see. Oh, he is light skinned. He's cute though. Wow. Hey, honey. How you doing? Call me. But he doesn't look feminine.
Well, no, there's a thing. I didn't know until we started hanging out, and then this is the thing with me. I'm not where I was at 25. At 45 years old, I'm such a leader. And I like
you're the leader.
I like to lead.
You like to lead, and I don't.
See, that's the thing. So
Yeah.
I love spoiling my man.
I like to be spoiled.
See, but you're a woman, so you should. I like to show my dude a different experience and take charge. I pay for everything.
Oh, really? I need to date you. Shit.
Well, no, I think.
What the hell? You sure you don't want to date a woman? Have you ever slept with a woman?
No.
Oh, well, you ain't finna date no woman now at 45. You done.
I think I'm done.
Oh, you're not finna date a woman. That's for sure.
No, I like.
Do you want to have a baby? Because you don't have to date a woman to have a baby. What if you and your partner wanted to have a baby?
So my ex wanted
to be a parent. Yeah.
And before we broke up, maybe a year before we broke up, we had a real conversation. And he said, I want to be a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, wow.
And then I said, I will retire you.
Okay.
I'll pay for everything.
Oh.
I'll give you an allowance.
What?
So that he's able to like do what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
So he would have been on my payroll, and his
you
job.
Generous, hon. I got to find one of my friends to date you.
Well, the thing, you got any?
I have some now.
Are they?
You want them to be in their 30s. You want them to be young.
They don't have to be in their 30s though.
Oh, they don't. But you do like younger.
I like who
you like who likes you.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're doing. You got to like who likes you.
Yes.
Right. But I got a couple people.
Do you really?
Yeah. Do you mind if they're taller than you?
No.
It doesn't matter about the height.
No, because this is what I'm saying to you. We have, after 35 years old, this is real talk. We have to get out of this mentality of what our type is. And you have to start dating people who may not fit the physical description.
I get that.
And what you have to do is, you don't really know somebody after 1 or 2 dates.
Okay.
You have to keep dating them and dating them. And in my community, I'll speak to my community, the gay community. We just have to get out of this like, oh, top, bottom, masculine, feminine. That shit is old after 35 years old. You got to find somebody who you can connect with. Somebody who.
That's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's true.
So the guys I'm seeing now, they're definitely guys who I wouldn't date who I would not have dated in my 20s, but I'm also not the same person in my 20s.
No, you're not.
I like I love a soft-spoken man who I get to be like this with at the basketball game. You sit courtside, and this is him, and I'm like this, and he's like this, and we rapping.
Are you for? Are you?
I
okay.
love it.
I like to be like that too.
You know what I'm saying?
But I want to be up under here. I want to be under here.
Take him shopping and
I don't want to take him shopping. I want him to take me. Oh, that's nice. You're gonna have all the people looking for you, honey. After this, get at Carlos King. Honey, what's your email? Cause he taking people shopping and on trip.
No. I have to like you.
Yeah, you have to like them.
I know when someone's trying to use me. I can spot that a mile away.
Yeah,
but
me too.
If I connect with you and I'm out shopping, I don't mind buying you something.
Oh, well, can't we go shopping after this?
Absolutely. I love you.
Bitch, better get a purse, honey. Carlos got that bag, honey.
But my advice to you is what worked for you and Greg.
Yes.
Let that be you now. But do you like the younger men you're dating?
Well, I've not, since Greg passed, I've only liked one guy. Like, really liked one guy. Every other guy that's come into my life or I've talked to or tried to hit on me, not so much. And that could be because I was dating this one person and I'm just kind of loyal to the person that I'm dating. So anybody else
dating?
I don't believe so. I'm not sure. It's a little bit back and forth. It's a little back and forth.
Why?
Because I'm not sleeping with anybody else and there's nobody else that I like. So, he's familiar.
I receive that.
Yeah. I can go over there and get what I need.
Can I give you some more advice?
Yes, please.
You're not going to like this.
I know I'm going to love it because I know what I need.
You have to let him go for the person to come to you.
Yes.
And you're not allowing yourself to like really experience things. And you have to start dating outside your race. you have to give that a try.
Well, you know, I have dated outside of my race. Did you forget John Claude? Yeah, I dated outside of my race.
Yeah.
And if I dated outside my race, I would hope that it would be a guy that has some swag. I need a little something now.
Oh, no, I see you, because I know you very well. You like a powerful man.
I do.
Because you are a powerful woman. And you're not going to like this, but I'm being honest with you. Your man has to avoid the cameras.
Oh, yes. I do like that.
Okay,
and I do know that.
I don't want your man.
You can't date somebody that wants to be you or want your life.
Amen.
Yeah, and I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. Do you know how many people like reach out to me and say things like, you have no idea?
Like celebrity men?
Well, celebrity men reach out to me, but I mean other people that reach out to me and say, this is not the person. Yeah, and they tell me so much.
Yeah.
They tell me so much.
Yeah. I see you with a businessman.
Okay.
I see you with a businessman who has a lot of money. And
well, if you run into him, would you give him my number?
Yeah, that's why when you called me when I was in Australia,
yes,
I was looking for some Aussies.
Well, I would love that. Please hook me up.
I will.
That would be really nice.
I got you.
Yeah. Let me ask you this about reality before you go. First of all, have you seen any of the girls that we started with? Not the current housewives.
Okay.
We started with Deshawn Snow, Lisa Wu, NeNe Leakes, Kim Zolciak, and Sheree Whitfield.
So the last time I saw them was 2 years ago. They came on my late night show.
Okay, that's right.
And I saw them there. They all look amazing.
You've seen Sheree since, haven't you?
Yeah. Sheree was good.
Yes, I saw Sheree myself probably 2 weeks ago.
Where?
I saw her at this MCK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her there. And we saw.
Speak?
Oh, yeah. We talked and caught up a little bit. She looked amazing. She was with her kids and everything. All of her kids. I think her baby girl wasn't there. Her oldest daughter in Cairo.
If only there were cameras.
Yeah. She looked good.
Oh,
she looks
really good.
Looks good. She looks really good.
She looks good.
Really good.
So that's the last time I saw the rest of them. But, you know, it's funny because I oftentimes, especially lately, I reflect back on, because that's my first reality show produced. And I miss the good old days of reality.
Yeah, I do too.
It's not the same anymore.
It's not the same. It's not the same. I say this to the girls all the time. It's not the same. Do you remember when we started, we had one van and, I don't know, maybe 2 cameras? I mean.
We had, no.
I mean.
I'm going to tell you how it really was. You were lucky to get 2 cameras to shoot you. I remember season 1. My favorite scene of season 1, besides you being off the guest list and you talk cash money shit about Sheree's gate.
Yes, I did,
and
honey.
The twist afterwards.
Yes, I did.
But it was when you were helping Brent with his homework.
Yes.
We had 1 camera, and you had no idea what you were doing. And Greg was like, NeNe, no, this is how you do the algebra, and you did this.
Okay.
Well, shit, I don't know. I mean, damn.
I don't know how to do math. I'm not really good with math.
That was real.
And when they said algebra, I was like, I don't know how to do algebra. Like, who's doing that? We're just counting over here. 1, 2, 3. Like, what's not doing all that? I can't help him. He needs a tutor. You know, like.
That's actually what you said.
Yeah,
we need a tutor. We need a tutor. I miss those days.
Yeah.
What happened to reality TV now, and I would love to get your thoughts, social media has ruined it because some, not all, some of the reality stars play up to the cameras.
They do.
Play up to their fans. Play up to the people, to the comments, and they now feel the need to just.
They're not being their authentic self.
You said it.
And that's one of the things that I said to myself season 1 when I started. I said to myself, if I don't be myself, this is not going to work. Because maybe my first couple of weeks of shooting, I didn't feel like I was being myself. And once I became myself, that was the best thing I could have done for me. Because that's when the fans really loved me, just me being me. You really have to be your authentic self. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Everything is produced. You can't come in and have a fake boyfriend. You can't come and have a fake life. None of that works. If your life isn't going good, then show that. Because there's always someone that can relate to that, you know?
No, it is. And listen, I'm so protective of reality stars because I get it. It's tough to show your real life. It's tough. But the mistake that a lot of them are making, again, not all, but a large few, is the fact that they don't want to just have a moment that doesn't look the greatest.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. It is okay. I've had so many moments that didn't look great. Oh my God.
Right?
I mean, yeah, they were hard too. I feel like I gave the blood out of my veins.
Let me tell you something. You will forever, and I said this to you before, and I said it publicly when I did the top greatest housewives of all time. You will forever in life be the greatest housewife of all time because I got a chance to watch you work.
Yeah.
You and I, as we discussed earlier, would get into it. Not because of anything the fans have said.
Yeah.
It was more so like, well, I ain't ready to talk about that. Or, I don't want to do it today, Carlos. When you was going through your divorce with Greg, it was the first time I was like,
divorce with Greg.
I said, she needs to like,
yeah.
The NeNe season 1, 2, and 3 was married. She's going through divorce. Give her a break.
Yeah.
Give her a break. But you never crashed out.
No.
You never, I remember my favorite moment between you and I. Do you remember this?
No.
It was the Bailey Bowl.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I remember when they started, I think it was me and Marlo falling out. Yes, that was horrible. Marlo was yelling at me. It was horrible.
Do you remember what you did to me?
No, did I kill you? Because I very well could have. I was like,
you came up, so I'm the showrunner, and this is season 6, and by the way, the best season ever in the history of the show.
Yes.
So anyways, NeNe and Marla get into it, and because I'm NeNe's producer and friend and all that stuff.
And everyone else, because he is plenty shady, honey.
I love all the girls.
Clearly. Clearly, honey.
So after NeNe and Marla got into it, NeNe cussed at me and said, "You bitch."
You fucking tried it.
You tried it, bitch.
Yeah, you tried it.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
But I want to say this. Less than 30 minutes later,
I was back to myself.
You called me and you apologized.
Yeah.
And we were good. And that was a testament to who you are as a person, a woman, and a professional. You can have moments where you're angry, but you didn't feel the need to just like go around, whatever.
You do have to come back. And I've said this to many girls who's in reality, you do have to come back. I mean, everybody has that moment where they want to scream, shout, curse, get up in your face, but you have to be able to come back. You just have to be able to come back. So.
Yeah. When you look at reality TV now, what girl do you think she has next? Like, who are you impressed by?
No one.
Really?
I don't know anyone that I'm looking at. Well, first of all, I don't watch a lot of television.
Right.
I never have, so this is not anything
That's
new.
True.
I was just doing the Oscars, and I don't know who any of the actors were. I was like, they could have had me out right in the middle of the red carpet. I would be standing by the biggest star and not even know who they are because I don't watch movies. I don't know who has next. Now, the group of girls that I think are next are girls like, if they just keep it going, is Jada Waiter.
I love her. Yeah.
She was my neighbor.
Okay.
I recently moved from there, so she's no longer my neighbor, but we were neighbors for a long time. I think Ari.
Ari Fletcher.
I think people like her. I think like Arrogant Tay. I mean, I know he's playing around with those girls. He's a hairstylist. I feel like that's a younger generation that they have next.
Wow. Okay, that's good. I love them, by the way. I love the Impact.
Yeah.
I love the Impact Atlanta.
I've never watched it, but I just watch those girls on social media, and I feel like they are the girls that do have next.
Is there a housewife that's on TV now that you are impressed by?
I don't watch Housewives. I haven't watched it in years. There's no one I'm impressed by.
Okay.
I just don't know. I mean, I don't even know who's on New York. I don't really know who's on New Jersey. I know Teresa's still there. I do know a few of the girls on Beverly Hills. I'm not impressed by any of them. I don't feel like any of these, I'm not watching the show though. So I don't know who's the breakout star, who's that girl. I don't know who that is. And you also need to be that girl that can fight with your words and not with your hands.
Yeah.
And I do know it was a lot of fighting or hair pulling or, throwing water or whatever they throwing on each other. See, we didn't do that. See, we were cold with our lyrics.
Baby.
Our lyrics would cut you up, honey. You thought you was hit, baby. When we got through talking to you, you were hit with these words. I have so many people walk up to me and say, you were fighting on the show. I said, I have never fought on the show.
Never.
I fought with these words. You got me messed up, honey. You pulled Kim's wig. I said, I never pulled her wigs, honey. That was Sheree was pulling. Get it right, bitch. Now, my mouth is cold now. My mouth is cold. They get me going. I work you with these words, but that's it.
No, the thing is that...
I don't know. Who do you think has got next?
A reality star?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a good question. You know what's so funny? This is the thing. God has blessed you and I to begin the early days of reality television, 2008. And we were able to document reality.
Yeah.
Right? And what I do think isn't happening anymore is I do think you have some, again, not all, some producers too.
Yeah.
Who just, they want a moment. They want a moment that is a social media moment.
Yeah.
And instead of making moments that turn out to be, a good example would be when Sheree did not add your name to the list.
Right. 100 years ago.
Not one producer knew that. Not one cast member knew that.
Right.
Your reaction was your real reaction.
Yes.
And we didn't know at the moment it was going to be this big juggernaut moment in history of the show. And I feel like there's a lot of girls who do have potential. There's a lot who have potential.
Yeah.
But if I had to assign one who Carlos King think has next,
yeah.
I'm really impressed with Jocelyn Hernandez.
Oh, really?
I am, and
I wasn't thinking in that era because I feel like,
but that's the thing.
Yeah, I feel like Jocelyn already been here.
No, she definitely has been. I'm gonna tell you something about her. The way she has reinvented herself.
Yes, she did reinvent herself. Now I will give, and she continues to reinvent herself over and over again. Yes, because she had a little falling out with Zeus, but she was right back.
Yeah, but even when she fell out with things, she was. Well, I was impressed with Jocelyn, and that's why I have to give it to her. But you're right, like, yeah, she's been on since 2012.
Yeah.
But she has constantly reinvented herself.
Yeah.
And if you know who she is today, and I don't know if you've been around her.
Not really. I've ran into her a couple times, but I've never really spent any time with her.
She's calm.
Okay.
She meditates.
Okay, wonderful.
She
works out, I know.
She works out and she's focused on her craft. Her music is great.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed that she has allowed herself to be like, look, we all have bad moments.
Yeah.
But that's not going to define me.
Okay.
And I'm going to sit up there and constantly reinvent myself. So I think the sky's the limit for her. So I would say her.
Okay, very good.
I would say her.
I will have to look more at her. But I wasn't thinking in that.
No, I get you. But I think some of these new girls, listen, there's a lot of new girls that have potential.
Yeah.
But in order to have that, because when I think next, I think you.
Yeah.
Or close to you, close to like what I.
Yeah.
That's why I gave it to Jocelyn.
And one of the things about having next to you have to be likable. I don't think you can just be straight mean. Like, people have to love and hate you kind of a thing. And I think that'll work for you. But I think some of the girls that I did name, they aren't girly or friendly. Yeah. You have to have a lot of things.
You do, but this is the thing. You also have to.
You got to be able to cross over too. You really do. You can't just be, over here. You got to cross over.
And you have to be okay with people not liking you.
Yeah, you do.
It's okay.
Yeah. But it wasn't okay at first when people weren't liking me. That was not okay to me.
How did you deal with that?
Because I wanted to be liked.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just like any other girl, you want to be liked. You don't like that people don't like you. And but now, of course, I'm way more mature than I was then. So I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. Okay, now I don't care. But back then I did feel some kind of way. I have feelings. I'm a woman. I want to be liked. I want to be loved. the one thing that I encounter still today is that people prejudge you. They don't know you. They judge you off of the character that they think that you have from watching you on television.
Yeah.
They don't know who I am. So I have people judging me all kind of ways. Then I have people who just straight up love me. So that's the good thing about NeNe Leakes. I'm loved, and I'm loved by all races. And that's the other thing that's really good about me.
Around NeNe.
Yeah.
I remember you and I were in New York City, and these older white women treated you like you were Beyonce.
Yeah, honey, I am. I am, honey. Beyonce.
Yes, Cowboy Lee.
Yes, honey. Beyonce, boo. Hi, Beyonce, hey.
Yes.
Yes. Over here in my world, I'm Beyonce.
You have to.
Yeah.
It's okay to have that level of confidence.
Oh, for sure.
You need to have that.
Oh, for sure.
What are we doing? We don't have that.
Nothing. You have nothing, honey. Because you got to believe in you. If you don't believe in you, who's going to believe in you?
I received that.
You got to believe in yourself.
I received that.
Yeah. Carlos, can you tell me a little bit about the difference between the streaming platform and television?
Yeah, so...
You know you make a lot of money on the streaming platforms.
You do.
And you do have a lot of a lead way to be able to curse and say things that you can't do on traditional television, right?
Correct, yes. You're able to say the curse words and it won't be bleeped. You know, the beauty of both networks is you're able to serve two different audiences, right? So traditional networks, it used to be about appointment television. So, for example, back in our days on Housewives of Atlanta, we easily got 4 million views between 8 and 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. Easily. Because people were watching television at the same time back then. Now there's so many options like streaming, to where streaming is you could binge a whole series, or you have a week to finish the episode. And the streamers count that over a month, whether or not that's successful. So that's the beauty of streaming, which is the future of television. What I will say is what you're doing right now is exactly what you should be doing, the digital space.
Yes.
There's so much money into that, and there's so much opportunities. The fact that...
You think more than stream? Because I think those streaming platforms are making, one of the things I got to say about the streaming platforms, you have to have people that are members or join or subscribe and that kind of thing. And people that's willing to put their credit card down and take so much a month. It could be $1.99, whatever it is, right? But that's good, though. The money on that, though.
No, the money is great. And the thing is, of course, that's when you have ownership or you have equity in the actual platform. And that's what I see for you.
Yeah, but the digital, what's the difference really with digital? Because on digital, even if like this show being on YouTube, people have to subscribe. They don't have to put a credit card down and pay $1.99, but they do have to click and subscribe, right?
It's all about the advertisers that play during the episode.
Yes.
And so that's how you make your money on YouTube. Is
mostly
Yes, and then the other thing too, it's about people completing the entire episode too, that people don't understand.
Okay, watching it entirely.
Watch the entire interview, the conversation, episode, whatever.
I see.
On YouTube and the other digital platforms.
I see. You know, this makes me think about you, Carlos, because you started behind the scene. How does it feel being in front of the camera now?
You know, listen, I always knew in my...
you knew you always was a star, honey.
No.
You needed to come from behind the scene and get in front of the camera.
No.
Because a lot of people can't do that.
No, a lot of people want this and they can't first of all, they can't handle it.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And it's a lot of work.
It is.
So I always knew I was destined for greatness. Hey, Deshaun Snow.
Not you. Destined for greatness.
Hey, Deshaun
Snow.
Monty Choice said I love the time.
I remember when Deshaun said that. I always knew I was destined for greatness.
Yes. No, but all jokes aside, that's a really good question. I knew that I had something when I was 12. I didn't know because reality TV wasn't out back then.
Right.
Long story short, I studied journalism in college, and I thought like a broadcast anchor. And I caught the reality bug, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
I will say this, and this is me being real with you. I had no idea that transitioning into being in front of the camera was a huge blessing, and thank you God for it, first and foremost. No one could have told me the switch up, how the people who loved me at the bottom and in the middle, behind the scenes, the moment I became in front of the camera, those people either turned against me.
They did?
Baby, there's people who used to be raindrops that are now muddy waters.
They,
I did not expect the level of hate. I expected people not to like me, and that's fine. Because I was blessed enough to watch you, for example, start as like, I'm just doing this show, and you became the biggest star in the world. And I knew all the stuff you had to go through in order to maintain your mental health.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that too. So for me, listen, it's been a huge blessing, and I'm born for this.
Yes, you are.
I'm made for this.
Yes.
And there's not one person breathing who can stop me from this.
Yes.
Okay? No matter how hard some may try.
Right. I know.
So for me, I love it because I get to connect with an audience. And because I am considered the face of Black reality production.
Yes.
It comes with a lot of responsibility, but it also comes with a lot of people who just make up stuff about you and try to use your name for clout. And I remember somebody recently
was in my world
talking about you, and I'm like, why are you talking about NeNe? She did nothing to you. I don't even know you.
No.
But I love that you did not give that person nothing.
And I don't. A lot of times, that's me growing up though. I've learned to not say something about every single thing that I hear. That's me saying it nicely. I've learned to just say, girl, I ain't putting no energy into that. That's some bullshit. So I've learned that, and I'm glad.
I want to ask you this, because a lot of people in reality are watching this.
Yeah.
What advice, before the advice, how did you handle your overnight success? Because you did acting jobs, you was in the Fighting Temptations, you did a lot of stuff. But the moment that Housewife aired, overnight, with that first episode, eyes popping, lips busting, you were an overnight success in that sense. Were you ready for it?
No. I know the exact place and where I was when I said to Greg, oh, I think I'm famous. No, seriously, that's what I said to myself. It's like winning the lottery, right? I walked into the airport, and that's when I knew that this show is big. Greg was even looking at me like, people in this airport know who you are. People were saying, NeNe, 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 the whole step of the way going through the airport. I was like, oh my God, I must be famous now. I must be famous. I didn't realize the number of people that were watching the show. When we started, we didn't have Instagram.
Right.
We didn't even have Twitter. Twitter started while we had already started Housewives. So when we would promote Housewives, we would have to promote it like word of mouth and have premiere parties.
The Bravo blogs.
And and the Bravo blogs, and talk about it like that. Go out and do press, that kind of stuff. So when I walked in that airport and I learned that I was famous, I was kind of scared. Wow, I'm famous. Bitch, now what we do next? Let me ask you this, because I know we're running out of time here. What's next for you?
Reality for the King podcast is a huge hit, and I do mean this. Our one-on-one in-person sit-down interview took that podcast into a different direction.
It really did.
And your advice to me meant the world to me, and I listened, and I thank you for the success.
Well, I'm so proud of you. I really am. This is really good for you.
Thank you.
You found what you need to be doing.
Thank you.
So you're going to only get bigger from here, yeah?
Yeah, God is good. Listen, I'm following God's divine order. I want to do more of this. I do want to figure out the next phase of reality television. There's something that I think is missing, and I want to find it.
Okay.
Because it's oversaturated in some places, but I want to find the next big thing.
Well, can you tell me why a lot of gay shows don't last? What is up with that? Because I actually have an idea for a great show.
Okay.
But every time I mention it to someone, they're like, the gay shows don't work. They don't get the support.
The thing is this. I created a show called StraightFromTheA Hollywood with a gay Black couple named Jason Bolden and Adair Curtis. Jason Bolden styles Taraji.
I know Jason.
It was on Netflix. People love the show. Unfortunately, at the time, it did not get the views it needed. But I think timing is everything.
Yeah, timing is everything.
There wasn't any Black female ensemble shows.
That's true.
And there's a lot. So I don't think it will never happen. I think in this day and age with streaming and digital, you gotta find the right show. But I believe in it, and I want to see my community on camera.
Because I will tell you this: remember back in the day when they did Queer Guy for the straight line, that really worked then.
It did. It did.
It really worked.
And that's the thing. So you gotta find the right show. It is needed. So I believe wholeheartedly it can happen.
Yeah, it can.
It can happen.
Well, I love having you here today with me.
Baby.
I wouldn't have wanted to start this off with anyone else but you. Thank you for coming. You guys, give Carlos a round of applause. Carlos!
Yes,
thank you for being here.
I love you.
Thank you.
I'll do anything for you, know that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You.
Okay, you guys, this is the part of the show what we call All Things Tea. And our very special guest today is Michelle ATLien Brown from Straight from the A.
Yes.
Welcome, Michelle. How you doing?
Girl, how you
You
doing?
looking good. We're matching.
I mean, we always match some kind of way.
We are both matching today. So you know I want to jump right into all things tea.
Okay, I'm ready.
He's a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours.
He is.
Simon Gubadia.
Simon.
Of course, I was at him and Portia Williams' wedding. I've known Portia for years. Obviously, we worked together. If there was no NeNe, there would be no Portia, honey. Catch that tea. Okay, so how's he doing?
I heard he's in good spirits. I mean, you know, if y'all don't know by now, Simon's has been detained by the Immigration and Naturalization Service. I don't know if it has to do with Trump. Like, even his attorney doesn't know why he's being detained right now.
That's messed.
So, I mean, like, you know, I've been talking about going down there to visit him, but I don't want to be caught up.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you are a U.S.
No.
citizen. How you gonna get caught
What
up?
if they say you
What
don't
they
have
say,
your birth certificate? Where's your birth certificate? I don't want to go around with
I don't think they're gonna say something like that. You a U.S. citizen, girl. They're not gonna just be. Yeah, but yeah, I get it. But
you know, the same reason he's been
ICE
there.
for immigration.
I know, but the same reason he's been there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So he has a green card, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Well, as far as I know, he has a green card. Yeah.
well, I know he has a green card.
Yeah, he has a green card. He's been going in and out. I mean, he know that. We all who are friends with him and been friends with him and Portia, we know that he has a green card. We know that he goes in and out of the country. What is the problem here?
I think that there is a mass smear campaign, and I hate to say that because I don't want it to be true. You know what I mean? But we know the powers that be, the NBC Universals, the this, the that. You know, they have power.
Not talking about my family, honey.
I'm not saying them. I'm not saying them. But I'm
Okay,
saying
back up.
the entertainment is powerful.
Another network. Okay.
Entertainment is powerful.
Yes.
Portia, they have invested a lot in Portia. Okay. Simon, on the other hand, has invested a lot in blocking Portia's whatever she got going on because he feels like she's taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of the day, like, who's benefiting from him being locked up?
I would have to say, just thinking outside the box, I just feel like the network has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
I feel like it's a thing between them. I just feel like the network is not involved because I feel like they don't care about something.
In my heart,
Like,
I will hope
I don't
that
think they care about him
I will
enough to
hope that
do
they don't.
something like this. I personally feel they don't care.
Yeah.
She's their talent,
Mhm.
and I just don't see them doing it.
Okay.
I just don't see. I don't. I just
Yeah,
don't.
but I feel really bad for him.
I
Because,
do feel bad.
You know,
I do.
I feel like he's a good person. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people know I ride for who I like. You know, they call me
Yeah.
the NeNe News Network most of the time.
Oh,
You
they
know,
do.
because
You be riding for me, girl, as you fucking should. Okay. So please don't act like you should.
people be like, NeNe paying you. I'm like, I haven't got a
Girl,
check yet.
not yet.
I'm here to recover my funds.
Well, you know, one of the things about NeNe is if I fuck up, I will tell you, I'm just going to keep it real. And I'm just going to tell you what I said. I'm not really one of those people who would tell you that I didn't say it. I'll say I said it. I said what I said. And, you know, and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
So, and I have a very small circle. And I stay within my little box. And I don't bother anybody. So if they bother me, now that's another story. But I'm not going to bother you. I don't want to bother you. What for? I don't have the time. I have my own life, my own children, my own man, my own issues. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just stay to myself. So, but I think we all feel bad for Simon. This is not what I would want for him. I'm sure his family doesn't want this for him. He has children.
Yeah.
And he has young
It's
children.
Atlanta. It's a lot. It's a lot of African native people who are from Africa who are in Atlanta right now that has green cards that's like worried about traveling because it's like, what if they just pick me? today.
Yeah, yeah.
The reason he's not out, I know people are like, well, he must have did something wrong. But the reason he's not out is because, you know, Trump fired a bunch of lawyers, judges in the immigration department. And so a lot of people who literally are like stuck in the system have to wait for a hearing in order to get stuff cleared up. They can't have a hearing if there's no judges.
You know, I've heard so many things. I heard people say that he could just say, fuck it, just fly me back to Nigeria, send me back to... Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking maybe he could just be like, you know, fuck it, I want out of here.
Wait, I have a source.
Oh.
You know, listen, they could call in and out from, you know, from... Yeah. And so I know people who have spoken to him directly. He has a team.
Okay, a team of what?
Of attorneys.
A team of attorneys.
Immigration attorneys. And these same immigration attorneys represented 21 Savage.
Okay.
Allegedly. So, you know, he had his own issues with immigration back in the day.
Okay.
So, I mean, listen, Simon got money. Simon is lawyered up. Simon is ready. And I can't wait till Simon gets out because I got my notifications set because I know Simon is going to get on Instagram and tell us
what time it is.
Happened.
No, I actually think this time when Simon gets out, he's going to be silent.
Yeah, he might,
I think he's going to be silent. I don't think that he's going to play around anymore. I think he understands that this is serious and that he is messing with people who clearly do not like him.
Yeah.
Because for anybody to do something like that, they don't like you. They do not like you, and they want to see you fucking go down.
And it's definitely serious.
So I got to ask you about this too. So we've been hearing a lot. For the past 16 years, there's been no issues, well, we haven't heard of them, issues with the airplanes dropping out of the sky and all of these things that are happening on the grounds. What do you think is happening? Since Trump has been in office, now we got planes dropping. We've had one to crash. We've had a helicopter to... What is happening here?
Allegedly, you know, they say Elon Musk has his hand in the pot some kind of way. He's trying to manipulate things so that he could get a contract to get more billions that he already has in his pocket. So, I mean,
He's supposed to be giving the American people $5,000, don't he? These people have been waiting on that check.
They're going to keep waiting. But listen, and he's sending people into space. He's sending Gayle King into space. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm just trying to figure out. We did not vote for Elon. We did not vote for Trump. Well, I didn't anyway. I don't know who you voted for. But at the end of the day, why is Elon even there? Why is he in the mix? Why are we even concerned about what's going on with Elon, his companies, the Teslas, the planes, the voting booths? Because they saying that Elon had a hand in that. The Space Link that Elon owns, you know, had...
Well, let's be very clear, honey. You said you don't know who I voted for. Now, I worked for Trump, honey. I worked for Trump, honey, and I wouldn't vote for him on no day, baby. Okay, let's be very clear. My family is black and poor, okay? So my family has always been Democrat. It doesn't matter what my account looks like. My family is poor, and I help my family. So I will always be voting for.
I guess that's what's so disheartening to me is that there are a lot of us who voted for him.
Yeah, but it wasn't this girl over here with this blonde wig, honey. No, it wasn't me, honey. So another thing I want to ask you that I heard in the press, and maybe you can shine some light on it a little bit. So recently, Future had a female came out saying that she's been Future's secret lover for 5 years. He invited her to a party, and he showed up at the party with Dez, and he said that he and Dez were some marketing PR type of relationship. And the moment I heard that word, my wig started itching, because here's the thing. Do people really do that? First of all, the women that are so dumb out here, let's just get into that. I wanted to say to her, so I want to climb through Instagram and just be like, girl, hold on one second. You let Future tell you that he's in a PR marketing relationship. He's Future. Why does he need to be in any kind of other relationship? He can probably date any girl he wants today, right? That's one. And two, he told you he was in a PR marketing relationship because he wanted to fuck on you and throw you away when it was time to throw your ass away. So why are he gave me an AP watch. Who cares? He probably get him out like lollipops. I mean, it's nothing for him to give you an AP watch because you gave him some Hello Kitty. So he wanted to reward you, and he wants you also to shut the hell up. I just don't get it. If anybody tells you that I'm in a PR relationship, you immediately say that's not true.
But there are
NeNe
relationships.
There are not. I mean, that doesn't happen that often. Because women want love. Real women want to be loved.
They claim that Lori Harvey was in a PR relationship with Michael Jordan. They claim that Teyana Taylor is in a PR relationship with Aaron Pierre. They claim that, you know, they always claiming that these relationships basically boost each individual's publicity in the public, which in turn is a PR relationship.
I have to beg to differ, honey.
Future is in one.
No, I
But
don't.
I do believe
The
that.
Future's had plenty of women. He's got plenty of babies. So why does he need to be in a PR marketing type of relationship?
No,
I just think that all of these girls that are on the side, look, claim and call it what it is. You are a side piece.
Yeah.
And you knew you were one from day one. Okay. When he didn't put you on his arm and take you out in the public with him everywhere he went, you are the side, honey. So it don't work for me. I can't stand when these girls come out in the end. Why you mad? You knew you was a side piece. Now you coming out acting like you mad.
Yeah,
I love that you coming out though. Like we
future.
want to hear about all the coming out. But some of you girls need to learn you always need to be the one and never the two, honey. But if you take the position as the two, don't start complaining. Be the two, honey. And don't come out and be like, oh my God, he gave me a watch and now he's throwing me away. I mean, it's just, shut the hell up, girl. I don't want to hear it.
But it's Future.
Listen,
So do you think that he actually did the things that she claims? Like he shut down her Instagram. He said,
yeah, he did all that. Yeah, I don't know that her Instagram shit there. He probably gave her the watches. He showed up at the strip club. He did all of that. He was playing for pussy.
I love Future. Let me be clear.
I love Future too.
Outcast. I'm an ATLien. Future
I
is
have seen Future out, honey, myself, buddy.
Future, but I know Future
Okay.
I ain't gonna say it online, but I guess I could. He ain't shit. He does what he does. He got babies everywhere. He got women everywhere, and he spends money on all the women, and the women who want the money go to Future to get the money, and Future give it to her. So
Nice. Well, Future, do you mind sending some money over here to the NeNe Leakes Show? I mean, we would like a couple dollars too. Send us a few dollars. You know, I've seen you out a time or two, honey.
Let me find out you got an AP on your arm.
Well, I got my jewels, honey. I got my jewels, child.
Just saying, everybody.
Future might want to give me a watch. Future, you know what time it is. Give me an AP.
Oh.
He gonna come in town and give it to him. Watch that.
Okay.
Come on, Future. So what is this I'm hearing online about Jocelyn and what's the girl name? What's her name?
Amber
Rose. Now, what is going on with them? Now, I know they were both on College Hill. I was on College Hill the season before them, and then they came up, which is a great show, by the way. I enjoyed it. I wasn't interested in going back in school and learning how to count and read and all that shit again. Like, come on, child. But anyway, they came on after me, and I know they got into it. And now I recently saw where Amber says that Jocelyn was really mad because she wanted to sleep with her. So that's when it's all started.
Sharp show.
Shannon.
Okay, and of course he's getting dragged for having Amber on there in the first place.
But why?
Because, Amber was totally team MAGA.
Okay.
And people claim that she used her whiteness when she feels like it, but she came up in Black culture. So a lot of people feel away.
So she's Black. I'm asking because I don't know.
Oh, there's levels to blackness, okay?
Yeah, but I mean, but she's Black. Is her mom Black or is her dad Black? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. She got a drop of blackness that claims she Black.
I've worked with her. I've sat on a panel with her before, so I don't know if she's Black or white. I mean, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, but
and she was a beautiful girl, but I mean, I don't know.
So now that she's been on Shannon Sharp, and she basically said that the only reason Jocelyn was mad at her was because Jocelyn wanted to have a threesome with her, Jocelyn and Jocelyn's man.
Oh.
So and she said no, allegedly. I don't know. And so Jocelyn has clapped back and said she's gonna sue.
Oh, I did see what Jocelyn said, something like that.
But Amber says, why are you suing now? You went on the Breakfast Club and talked about me and said you put my head in the window and that was a lie and blah, blah, blah. Take this L, let's move on. We both said shit about each other. Let's.
Oh, wow.
So how you feel about that? Because I know you.
I don't really know them that well on that level. I've met Jocelyn a few times, and I've met with her husband and her daughter, and they were kind to me. I met them out in Miami. I sat on a panel with Amber, and she was nice to me. So I don't know. I don't know them on the personal level. Like, I didn't get into it. Like, I don't know their personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they see it. When they see me, they say, hey, and I say, hey.
I think at this point, they both have talked about each other.
Yeah.
And
I don't really know. And I never watched the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on College Hill. I only watched my season. I didn't watch their season.
I'm just saying, a lot of people ask me this because you and I, we went out to eat, we had a good time, whatever. But you always bring up the fact that you're single today.
Yeah.
You're not single tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're working it out.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to figure out what's going on and like,
What, am I single?
Yeah, well, today. Yeah.
Today?
No, the people want to know because remember we had those questions we were asking the audience.
Oh my God.
Do you remember?
I was in a relationship for a while, and we've kind of gone back and forth. And I was just talking, the reason why I think we go back and forth is because he's familiar to me. I'm not a girl that date a lot of people. I'm not like one guy, I like my guy. And I'm just into him. I'm not a girl that date a lot of people. I've never really dated in my life. I've gone from one relationship to the next, right? And so I'm in limbo. I don't know that I'm in a relationship or not. I would have to say, I guess I'm not, because if you're in a relationship, I guess you would know you're in one, huh? We've just been through so many different things.
I guess the big thing is remember we were arguing about the take back, because you felt like you introduced him to the world.
I did.
And do you want to now take it back?
I do.
Okay. Well, there you have.
I do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you take it back? Like, how can you take that back after?
I don't know how I take it back, but one of the things we don't do is follow each other anymore on social media. I don't know. I think when I lost my husband, I don't know. When he and I met, I just think I was in a place where I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy I met somebody that I really like and I can vibe with, right? And we just kind of came out publicly, I think, too soon. And all the thirsty women out here who were just wasn't making it easy for our relationship to thrive. We're really, I don't know that we are gonna make it. I will never do that again, though. I will never be in a relationship and come out publicly with a guy. I feel like when you're in a relationship and you come out publicly with a guy, you up his pussy game. You help him to get more women. More women want to sleep with him. They don't know if this motherfucker wear a diaper, if he sneeze all night, slog, cough, throw up. They don't know shit. All they want to know is you're dating him and I want to know why. And so they want to try to fuck with him at the same time. And only a weak man really falls for dating all these different women. I prefer a man who has class about himself, who, you know what I really like is when a man says, yeah, baby, you look good, but I got one of them at home, okay? Bitch, no, I'm not trying to get with you. My bitch is at home. Like, I was married to Greg, so Greg was that guy.
And I'm always
Greg was that guy. His family came first. You know, he wasn't a perfect man, and he did things that men do, but you was not coming between him and his family. He stood on that all the way till we put him in the ground. He was like, ain't nobody coming between me and my wife and kids, period. He stood on that. And so I need that man in my life again, that kind of man. So what else is happening in the world of tea?
Oh my God, it's so much. I mean, we got Wendy Williams trying to get out of jail.
Yes. Oh my God. She's not in jail.
Not in jail.
You know, I have my history with Wendy.
In a living assistant facility, and apparently she was leaving out of the room to go up to the rooftop restaurant and was drinking and getting drunk as a skunk and coming back down. And so the people like,
well, can you imagine if I'm locked up in a facility, the moment they let me out, I'm going to the bar?
Well, that's the point. She wasn't locked up. She was free to roam. But when she roamed, she went upstairs to the restaurant.
She had previously been in the facility, right?
Yes,
so when you get out the facility, you go upstairs to the bar.
In the facility.
Still, well, when you get me 2 hours out this bitch, I'm going upstairs.
Right. And so now, she's saying that, they put armed guards on her. They had her locked in the room. But they only had her locked in the room because you was going up to the restaurant and getting drunk. And we already know you was in a sober house. You had to get clean.
I don't care, bitch. You need a drink.
There's a lot going on.
Well, me and Wendy have our history. We've been friends for years. We've gone back and forth. We've argued. I know the things that I heard that she was saying, like she want to go shopping. She wants to go to dinner. That's one of the things that Wendy and I would do together is go to dinner. And we actually had a good time going to dinner. And she wants her freedom. I get that. And if I was locked away the moment they let me out, I'd be at the bar too.
But
I don't even smoke. I might smoke a blunt.
Her son that kind of got the heat on her in the first place.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
He was spending money.
That's what I heard.
Credit cards.
The kids, they just don't get it.
Yeah.
They just don't get it.
Yeah.
Now his mom is in a full situation.
She was in a disabled state. But at the end of the day, it kind of saved her because her ex-husband would have got a hold of all that money.
You think so?
I think so. You don't think so? Once she entered into the conservatorship, it kind of froze everything. And so he couldn't get, his divorce, whatever he wanted in the divorce. And so,
well, clearly the son is young. They just be. Of course, it's her son.
Yeah.
So she has to forgive him. She didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
She didn't know what the hell he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Over there spending extra money. These kids don't get
I
it.
want to know. Y'all fell out, but did y'all kind of make up after that?
So Wendy and I have had many fights, and I don't think it's a secret. We fought publicly. We fought privately. We've been in an Uber together, and I jumped in the backseat on top of just all kind of shit. Like, we have been in it.
Not you jumped on the
So,
backseat.
yeah, it did. So, because, we had a friendship that was, whatever. I haven't spoken to her. I would love to have a conversation with her. Yeah.
I think she'll be free soon.
I hope so.
She got a lot of the media
She worked for
behind her.
years, no matter what has happened. She's worked for years. She deserved her freedom. And she deserved to spend her money however she feels to spend it. She worked for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm certainly here for that. Yeah.
And again, I think it kind of protected her from the divorce situation. And so now that she's, sober, now she can move on. She don't have to worry about, her ex-husband's new baby and none of that. And she can move on with her money.
Well, you guys, thank you so much, Michelle, for bringing us All Things Tea. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Come on for All Things Tea. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button because you don't want to miss a thing. I want to give a very special thank you to Carlos King and Michelle ATLien Brown. Thank you guys for being a part of this episode. We really appreciate you guys. Love you, and don't forget to tune in. Mwah.